So we are back to the brand episode of Cincinnati Stingers MyLEAGUE here in 2K17. Last episode, went another season of the Stingers MyLEAGUE, and we had a pretty good season though. We went and won the NBA championship once again, but the problem is that since we had a team that was so good, it's bound to go and just get destroyed. And sure enough, two of our top players of all time, Coty Kerr and Lawson, both retired last season and got their jerseys hung up in the rafters. But one other man though, the greatest player of all time, Beal Jr., picked him up at the trade deadline last season. He went and we finally won him a second ring of his career, and he decided to go and retire on that ring. So a pretty good career though for Beal Jr., obviously 7-time MVP, 2-time NBA champ. I believe he's over a 12th time All-Star, so he's pretty good when it comes to those numbers. But we should take a look at our protected players on our franchise. Look how many 5-star and 4.5-star players we have. It's crazy to see how good these guys are getting. But our starting lineup though, same, almost intact, except we have Acadia at starting center instead of Lawson for the first time in over like 12 years. It's crazy. But our bench is same old. We go and signed a few players on the bench, because now we actually have money to go and sign players too. So this is the first year we actually have money to go and sign players for our bench. But now we take a look at the MVPs right now. Garson, back-to-back MVP, going for that three-peat here. And Beal Jr., the all-time greatest player of all time right there, #1 in scoring. But there's Lawson and Coty Kerr on the jersey retirements. Now you go take a look at our season sim. We start off 11-1, not too bad I guess, considering the fact that we do have both our top players of all time. Only one of both top players of all time. They're not the greatest, but they're not the worst. But right now, 28-2, not too bad I guess. Second is the Knicks in the Eastern Conference. Pretty weird to see the Knicks doing so well. The Atlanta Hawks, even the Raptors, they're playing pretty well there too. So it's pretty weird to see all these teams getting up, and whereas the Celtics, not even in the conversation really. They're kind of hovering near the 7th and 6th seed in a way. But right now, you start off 49-7 going into the All-Star break. Not too bad there. Let's take a look at our season performances so far, and Kyle Brady and Garson are just playing so well though. Both those guys just lit it up. Same with Frank Perry and our man Cuddy Wilkins. I think he's like 97 overall. He's still doing very well. But Garson, 67 points now, and killer game out of him in that one. As we take a look at MVP though, Peter Ranchich, #1 in MVP. 5th is Garson. 6th man, we have Lamont Bailey. Again, Lamont Bailey is like a 6-time man of the year award winner. It's pretty crazy there. But All-Stars, you have Garson, Frank Perry, Cuddy Wilkins, and that is it for your All-Stars, plus Russell Westbrook too on that one. But comes to your West All-Stars, same old dunk contest, nobody there. 3-point, we have Garson and Wayman Farley there. Stars, we have no Stingers there, and same with Leeds, no Stingers there. So it comes to re-signing players though, Cuddy Wilkins, 3-year deal, $31 million per year. Why not do that? Frank Perry, 98 overall, 26. He only wants like 26 million for 3 years. So even 98 overall player demanding only 26 million. It's pretty good, so you re-sign him. But look, Rabu Acadia, he's injured, so you have to go and put somebody else on from our bench on the starting lineup. When it comes to your overall All-Star game, you have Archie Wells in there, you have Garson, and that's about it. Everyone just played decent though. Cuddy Wilkins, 24 points, 11 boards in that All-Star game. Not too bad of a performance right there. But we start off the next half of the season though. We gotta do well though. I want to go and stay first in the Eastern Conference. Right now we've clinched the playoff spot. We finally clinched the East over the Atlanta Hawks, the Raptors, and so on. So this point right now, the Celtics looks to be only the 6th seed. The Bulls the 5th. There's Garson, wins his 3rd MVP in a row. So Garson, he's just killing it though, averaging double-double there on the season, 34, 10, 10.2. Lamont Bailey, 6th man of the year for like the 6th year in a row. And Frank Perry, DPOY winner right now. So Frank Perry wins the DPOY the year right after Lawson retires, plus Andre Drummond is coach of the year for like the 3rd time in a row. So now you take a look at our all-NBA teams though. We have Garson, #1 there on the all-NBA first team with Tyler Weaver, Frank Hopkins, Joey Lane, and Franklin Samuel. Second team, you have Dante Thompson. Frank Perry on the second team finally happened. So it took forever for him to be on the all-NBA teams. And Archie Wells on the all-NBA third team, former Stinger himself. All defensive first team, you have our man Frank Perry, plus, and second team, you have Garson, finally, who gets on there. So it's crazy to see our team actually getting represented here in the individual awards. It's about time. But when we take a look at our season stats though, we have a few injured players like Coty Wilkins, he's gone. You have Frank Perry, who's injured too, plus you do have a day-to-day Kyle Brady. But take a look at season stats though. Garson just killed it for our team completely though. He destroyed every single stat category for us. He played so well for us this season. We're take a look at double-doubles. We have Garson and Frank Perry tops, and that one a 3rd MVP of his career. Garson, 3rd in a row in fact too. So he finished 1st in the 69-13. We're facing off against the Wizards there in the 1st round. The 500 Wizards, not too bad I guess. They have a decent roster, but let's be honest, we're going to kill them in the 1st round though. We got to go and beat them, or at least sweep them for the first time in years. But injuries though, we do have 3 injuries. You have Coty Wilkins, Kyle Brady, and Frank Perry. This time Coty Wilkins, broken vertebrae, he's out for the season. He's gone. So it sucks that Coty Wilkins have broken vertebrae, but it doesn't matter. We take game 1 out of a score of 145-112 final. It looks like Garcino triple-double now in game 2. We took that one, a 2-0 series lead for us. 49 points, 11 boards out of Garcino in that game. Now game 3 of the first round, we finally take that one, 3-0 series lead for us. As Joy Lane 42 points now, and Garcino 30 points, 11 boards in that one. Heading to game 4 to go and sweep the Wizards for the first time in years. We do 144-133 final. Moving on, the semifinals as our team played very well, though, without the presence of Coty Wilkins, our top player on this team, whereas Joey Lane, 44 points in that one, just didn't do enough to go and win that series. Our second opponent is going to be the Miami Heat, 47-35 Miami Heat. They have an okay team. They're not the... Actually, no, they don't have an okay team. Their team is terrible compared to our team. I'm just speaking facts here, but they have Matthew Moss. He's gone. Same with Coty Wilkins for us. So 1-1 for injuries there, but we took a 1-0 series lead for this one. An 8-point W in that one, too, is close, as Hardaway had 32 for them in that game. Game 2, take that one, 2-0 series lead, as looks like Garcino 30-13-9, almost a triple-double in that game. But now heading to game 3 of the final, or the semifinals. But they take this one to make it a 2-1 series lead for us, as some of the Heat take it in a 2-point advantage. So game 4, take that one, 3-1 series lead for us, as 30-36 in that one. But Garcino 47-9-14 in that game. In the game 5 of the semifinals, you're trying to go and win the series, move on, face off against the Celtics. But game 5 here, we take this one 139-99 final, 40-point margin, moving on to the ECF. So Frank 32-15 in that one, as the team stepped up big. Terry 21 in that one, but he's injured. As move on to the ECF. So I didn't realize when it said sim current round, actually said in the first 2 games. But anyway, here's the Celtics roster. The 43-39 Celtics only 4 games above 500, as their team is not that good, though, as we have 2 injuries, they have 0. Game 1 of the ECF here, take this one to go 1-0 here in this series. Ballister 22 in that one, Valentine 17. Game 2, they took one to make it a 1-1 series in this series, as now it's all tied up at 1 apiece. It's Ballister 29 in that one for them. But game 3, we took that one 128-113 final. Now we're up 2-1 here in this series. So finally, we have that edge in this series. Let's go and do the regular scheduled simming right here. Game 4 of the ECF here, we took that one to make it a 3-1 series lead for us. It's Valentine 21 in that one, but Garcino 39-13-9, so close to a triple-double there, as Frank Perry at 24-13 in that one. Game 5, though, of the ECF here. Gonna go move on to the finals. We do 131-112 finals. We're moving on to the NBA finals once again. So Garcino has played lights out this entire postseason, though. He's played so well for us. They're facing off against the Vancouver Ravens, the last expansion team in the NBA. So the Ravens, their team stepped up big ever since they had that expansion draft. Their team's looking pretty nice, though, compared to the rest of the NBA. But we have 1 injury. They have 1 injury, too, with Percy Warner. So game 1 of the NBA finals, we take on 140 to a 132 finals. So we win by 8 points in that one, as Garcino 42 in that one for us. Whereas the Ravens, though, they had Frank Webb 20 in that one and 16 assists. So game 1 was a success for us. Game 2 of the NBA finals here, we try to go and take this one. We do 156-128 final by Calberty 35 in that one. Garcino 34, 9 and 10, so close to triple doubles almost every single game. It's crazy how good he is doing at that. But Black at 19 and 50 in that one for them. Then game 3 of the NBA finals, you're trying to go and get a stranglehold lead over the Ravens. We take on 151-130 finally, destroyed by 21 points, and now we take a 3-0 series lead here in the finals. As Garcino, incredible game out of him, but Harris 27-10, not enough to go and win against the Stingers. Game 4 of the finals, trying to go and sweep the Ravens and win yet another title for our franchise.
Back to Webb. It's rebounded by Cincinnati.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
On the court right now for Cincinnati, you've got Snow and it's McKinney in at the 5, roaming the paint.
All stops the dunk there. The best outcome in a bad situation.
You know, you don't like the foul, but if the alternative is giving up a dunk, it's an easy choice to make. I think it sets a tone for your defense around the rim. Make them earn it.
And it's tied up with that one.
How fantastic was that? One mistake and the game's over, but he gets it done.
They swipe it, and here's the break. Pass to Snow. To the middle. Here's Hansen. Yes!
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And they've done it, the new NBA champions.
Well, they did it, And as they celebrate, you can just see the relief, the exhilaration that comes with winning it all.
And Clark, you have to hand it to the entire organization. They work together to get right here.
And guys, what a reward for the fan base. I mean, I know one thing. They're going to enjoy this memory for a long, long time.
And we have enjoyed our time with you folks all season long. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long. Have a wonderful summer.
So you see the Ravens with yet another NBA title here in this franchise. Garceau, Finals MVP, averaging 41.7 in each game. That's crazy to see the Garceau incredible series, and even better overall season. He won the MVP, won the Finals MVP, and won yet another ring. So 3-time MVP Garceau is carrying us the title here. Take a look at our postseason stats though, as everyone kind of pitched in though. Everyone played very well for us. Garceau is the main contributor there in the finals. The rest though, like Kyle Brady, played incredible in every single series. We only lost 2 games here in the postseason. As take a look at retirements, we have Eric Walton, we have Leslie Norman, Raymond Ramos, Mel Jeffries, Garrett Flanders. We have a pretty decent draft class, or at least retirement class here. It wasn't as good as last year, but I mean, it's still decent. As we take a look at Eric Walton's stats, 5-time All-Star, 2-time champ with the Stingers, and he had a few seasons with the Stingers though. He went from Toronto to Cincinnati to, I believe, what is it? I don't even know what he went to after that. He was kind of a downfall from there. But Leslie Norman, one of the greatest scorers of all time, 42,000 points. I believe he's 2nd or 3rd all time in points scored, whereas Leslie Norman, he was a 1-time MVP, 12-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA first team, and so on. James Black, though, he had a decent overall career. But take a look at the rest of the players, though, really nobody on there. So take a look at staff retirements, same old kind of guys. Hall of Fame, we have Leslie Norman, Frank Baxter, and Eric Walton. And all 3 of those guys get their jerseys retired by their franchises that originally had them to start off their careers. So heading to league meetings, though, your division winners will no longer automatically get the top 3 playoff seeds right there. Heading to draft lottery, though, draft lottery, Bucks are the first overall pick. Originally right down, but the Pelicans win first, 2nd is Brooklyn, 3rd is Milwaukee, as we head into the next draft of this franchise mode, which is the 2053 NBA Draft.
With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the New Orleans Pelicans select Chip Mayo from the University of Michigan. Trade to announce. With the 2nd pick in the NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Monte Hendricks from Indiana University. With the 3rd pick in the NBA Draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select the 20-year-old shooting guard from Lehigh University. With the 4th pick in the NBA Draft, the Phoenix Suns select Danny Hubbard from the University of Massachusetts. With the 5th pick in the NBA Draft, the Orlando Magic select Darren Fortson from Utah State University. With the 6th pick in the NBA Draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Douglas Thomas from the University of Kansas. We have a trade to announce. the 7th pick in the NBA draft, the Detroit Pistons select the 19-year-old power forward from the University of Georgia. We have a trade to announce. With the 8th pick in the NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Rashid Wagner from Penn State University. We have a trade to announce. With the 9th pick in the NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets select Donnell Seymour from the University of Washington. NBA draft, the Utah Jazz select the 33rd pick in the NBA draft, Ryan Best from Mississippi State University.
This draft class is pretty weak though. You have Chip Mayo going 1st overall, 80 overall, 21 years old. He's not too bad of a player right there to start off his career. But the rest though, you have like Hendricks, you have a lot of guys in the low 70s, high 60s. That's just a terrible overall class. So we have Ryan Best though. Ryan Best, not too bad of a 33rd overall pick there. But we take a look at options though. We have Bulgaric, we have Paulista. I mean, we have a decent, everyone almost accepts every single year, but when it comes to free agency, we have Jenkins, Paulista, Marshall, Dominopoulos, I think is his name, but the rest, though, are just decent overall bench players to get on the team. We go and sign Ernest Knight. We did not sign Irvin Grove. We really don't need him. As our progression, though, we do have 98 overall Frank Perry, 96 overall Cuddy Wilkins, 91 overall Gar Snow, and 88 overall Kyle Brady. So some players, actually a lot of our starting lineup went down for some reason. I don't know why. Let's take a look at our draft summit or hoop summit here. Like, these players are not even that good, though. Next year's draft class isn't going to be the greatest, though. It's going to be okay, better than last year, but it's not going to be that good, though. Let's take a look at our franchise, though, after that season. And I guess in this episode off here, make sure to subscribe for more Stingers franchise. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one.